So, first off, here's the fortress. I made the fortress not time specific. It works for the modern era and the medieval era. And I constructed it out of concrete. And that's so it's all one solid piece. Um, for Now, I'm not sure if it works the same way with something like concrete, but basically, um, with tanks in armored warfare, riveted tanks and welded tanks um, had worse armor ratings than tanks whose armor were all just like cast as one piece. So the idea for the concrete was that unlike bricks, it wouldn't separate into these tiny chunks um, that could basically just like be very easily destroyed. Um, so that was the mindset behind that. And of course, we have these thin and hooded windows to protect the people inside from any incoming projectiles. And I did say this works for medieval and modern day, so um, I will use the word sharpshooters because I believe that word can refer to both riflemen and archers. So during a siege, you'd have sharpshooters in there trying to defend the fortress, and they'll be shooting down on the invaders in this open field that has absolutely no cover. So the invaders would literally just be, they'd have to just bite down and charge as they're getting shot at. But that's only if they make it through this first defense, which is this wall here, where sharpshooters can shoot down on the invaders who, because of this moat, will have to walk on this bridge, which is very narrow, and so it kind of makes them bunch up, and they'll be bunched up as they're getting shot at, which is very advantageous for the defenders. Now, unrelated to the fortress is mud. Now, a cabin like this can rot. Of course, if you have really thick logs, it's going to take a while and might not even really happen. But if you have like thinner planks, wood does rot. It is a problem, and so why not use mud? Dried up mud can protect the wood from the elements, and it could also make it flame resistant. Now, depending on the area where you get your mud, mud can be dark orange, it can be desert tan, and it can be whatever this color is, but Roblox Studio calls it linen. That's Linen. I really don't know what it is. It's like a weird mix of like gray, pink, brown. It's just a weird color to pinpoint. Um, and so that's one form of protecting wood from the elements, mud. Here is the other form. This is iron oxide coating. And this is why barns are red, because farmers needed a cheap paint to protect their barns from the elements. And so that's why I have it here. And mixed with the wattle and daub, it has this nice contrast, this nice cherry color. I really like it. Now, about the wattle and daub, I do believe that there's a proper way to do it. A lot of video games and a lot of cartoons, pretty much a lot of everything, they would have the timber kind of outward, like this. It looks like it's decorative. It looks like it was literally just nailed or stapled on to the white part of the building, which doesn't look right. A true classical, like medieval type of half-timbered house would have the wattle and daub in between the timber frames. So as you can see, you have the wattle here, and then you have the daub in between the frames. So it is easy to just add the timber on the outside, so you can just have like a solid block of wattle and daub for the building, and then you just add this later. But if you do that, at least try to make it a bit more realistic and have the timber really thin so it has the illusion of being kind of stuffed in the wattle and daub. Now, for Roblox in particular, I chose plastic for the Wattle and Daub because these are all the same color. These are all institutional white, but as you can see, the material can change the roughness and the actual color quite a bit. This is concrete. It looks too gray and too rough. This is sand. Same thing. And this is limestone. Now, lime is used in Wattle and Daub, but this is limestone. This is where you would actually get the lime, so it is still too rough. And that's about it, except for one smaller detail. Wrong side of the room there. And that small detail is here at the bottom of the river. I used this pebble texture for tiny stones because that's how rivers and creeks and streams really are, at least where I live. I noticed a lot of games, especially on Roblox, they have this like sand texture on the bottom, which I have like never seen. I've only seen that, of course, in the ocean on an actual beach, not like a river in the middle of a continent.